All right. We are going live. My brothers and my sisters, I welcome you to this transmission. Akachiwa. This is my live, so I welcome you to this consciousness, to this energy. We're not alone. You see me here, but I'm not the only one here. Machiwa, Makaye. I welcome you, holy ones. Much love, much respect for you, each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Something brought you here. My spiritual vatos. I am so pleased to see you. Greetings, Isabel, sister. Holy one, much love to you too. Much respect for you. Thank you for being here. And also, guys, much respect and shout out to her because she's my moderator. We also got Leo Murray sometimes comes in. So thank you for being here. You're part of this. Nixa 90, welcome back. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, look at, and thank you for being a member, Isabel. Shout out to my members. Hey Leo, peace and love. Look at that energy. Wow, Rose Sennen. I'm here from New York City. Audrey is here. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you too. Shireen, much love, much harmony, peace. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. Welcome, sister. Audrey. And we got Padif in the house. Woohoo! What's up, Vato Loco? What's up? Hello to you too. Mitchell Elizabeth, love and light. Positive vibes right off the start. Tonight's topic, spirituality for beginners and advanced. Chiwa. And what is spirituality, right? Good question. I'm glad you asked. Yeah. Keep hydrated. Because we're going down deep into that rabbit hole. Wow, is there a bottom down there? Welcome, holy ones. Welcome to this transmission of spirit, of consciousness. And speaking of spirit, well, we're going to be talking about spirituality. What is that? You know, spirituality. Oh, is it like religion? Not exactly. This is a little bit different because this is a dogma. Religion tells you what is God, which is a distortion from our point of view, the guardian point of view. This is a literal distortion, like it was intended to be, not like just happen, chance. Well, spirituality is a spiritual war. And you learn about the universe and you learn that darkness or consciousness fell. Part of consciousness, whatever ideas you have about the creation or the angels, well, it's really about, you would say, spiritual science. You recognize that the science part and the spirit, not just spirituality, okay, not just religion. Because you notice that's a polarity in our planet. That's a problem in our planet. You have two different opposing groups. Okay, I mean, like, they're polarized to each other. So, there's a spiritual war, energy war. And this is because those of you, most of you at least, following this channel, are following light. Because that's what we mainly talk about. If you were dark, you wouldn't want to watch all these videos. You don't like that energy. You like a darker energy. So, well, we're just, hello, the light, but sometimes this is it. The nature of this channel is basically spirit itself. So we have spirit all the time coming here. And some of you are part of that energy. And I welcome you. A special shout out to all my members. Even if you're not online right now, I love you. You went the extra mile. Thank you so much. I see you. And if you guys, all you have to do is click that join button if you're on YouTube. But I also have Patreon, and I put that link in the description of the video. Check it out. Yeah. Get some extra. And you can also chat with us, you know, and all the other people who are going to start showing up at our live chat. So I welcome you guys. I believe that's the beginner level, you know, angel level. So you become a member at the angel level, you get to be part of our chat, our community. And it's going to grow. It's small right now, okay? And I'm going to have one of you guys be a moderator. I'm just checking out who's coming. And then so you can help me run that, because we want to get more involvement there. You can send links there. You know, we're just trying to, you know, offer that to everyone, actually. So, but thank you for being here, all of you. We're going to go deep into what is spirituality, and it's probably going to blow your mind if you're new. Welcome, my spiritual vato locos. Yeah. Nixon Andy. Yeah, the Matrix. You said it. Yeah. All right, Entertainment Hub. What's up, Entertainment Hub? I guess I missed some parts there. Wait a second. There we go, Holy One. Welcome. All right, you guys are awesome. Positive vibes. You know, if there is a troll, they won't feel very, you know, in the vibe. So they go against the vibe. Wow, they're trying to, you know, hinder our group love, man. Wow, you're not nice. But there's lots of not nice beings. And wow, you know, remember we said it's a spiritual war, whether we want to or not. In other words, whether you just want to be love and light, it doesn't, that part doesn't matter, because these beings are extremely powerful. They're organized. It works. What they're doing, it's working. They are conquering. They are having dominion. They're winning. Darkness winning right now. So, well, we're still here. The light is still here. Makaya Masur. So, spirituality, you choose light. That would be the best option, in my point of view. But that's, you know, not a totally open-minded one, right? Because I prefer the light. So you need someone who's neutral, who doesn't care either way, but ask them the question and he has to choose. Well, spirit, spirituality, wow, and spiritual, all in 3 words in one, another trinity. Spirit, spiritual, spirituality. Mohona. You are these brilliant ones. You are these shining ones. Spirit, what? Light shines. Light, what does it do? It turns on. It exposes. It helps you see the truth. Because it exposes. You see. Whoa! Now you see what darkness is. Not just be oblivious to it, because you're. What I try to, you know, kindly and sweetly say, the love and light and clueless movement. I'm sorry. No disrespect, no judgment. We simply say, hey, hello, wake up. And that's what spirituality is. Waking up. You want to wake up. Spiritual awakening. Hello. Makaya. Yeah. Moanata. And what does that mean, really? Spirituality. Well, spiritual. What is a spiritual? Something outside this level of reality. So, like a heaven, like a hell, like a, you know, you think in your mind, okay, that God's in the higher world. The truth is, God's everywhere. So, you say so yourself. You describe him as omnipresent. Okay, so, but you still don't recognize omnipresent everywhere. God is everywhere, even in darkness, because God isn't some places, God is all places. There is a spiritual war. This is an energy, this is a polarity, this is you would say, a character alignment. Neutral, light, darkness, opposite. Machiwa. I choose light. I represent Guardian Alliance, the beings, the legions of light. You won't call them legions. You say guardian. You can say guardian nations, but it's really guardian angelic nations. We are the guardian angelic nations, and the Guardian Alliance is part of that. All races, really, every being, really, who is living the universal law of one. You feel it, man. Machiwa, this universal, all are equal because all are the same, all are one, and you freaking treat each other like it. You love somebody, you are makana, it's God. Everything is God, a bug is God, a rock is God, everything is consciousness at different vibrations. You know, different mokochapatana biologies. Achi, consciousness, spirit, different levels. Not like a hierarchy of this is better than that. Just simply the difference is because it's all God, but each level, you know, God's out at the final level, right? The most expanded level. And you're somewhere way down in here, but you're part of the whole too. But you're embodied. You're fragmented. Part of God is fragmented from itself or forgot itself. It's not just once or overnight, or it's as soon as part of God went into a hologram. That hologram is a lower vibration, a slower vibration, a slower density matter in our time matrix. So those beings are outside the time matrix because there's many of these systems. Multi-dimensional, parallel, phantom systems. That's just in our inner Earth systems. This is just our system, our multiverse. You can call this a multiverse to make it simplified, but it's really a 15-dimensional time matrix. And that's perfect because you also refer to time, not as it being an actual physical thing, but it's something that is experienced. In consciousness experiences time, but it's not real. It's the illusion of it. The whole thing is called Maya. The whole thing is not real. It's made to be real. Like you can imagine a virtual reality, and you get immersed into it so that you don't even establish it a difference from this. Is this real? It's so believable. You know, our virtual reality is shit to that. We're not close enough yet. See, plus we have to wear goggles. What? Eventually you're just gonna have probably something that you stick right on your head real quickly, voila, and then you can go into this virtual worlds, which are probably connected to computers. So, you know, you connect to this virtual network, and you're gonna put your consciousness there. What is that? You know, so this is part of your identities, and while you're just aware of this identity, hello, this one only, that's why it's called spirituality, spiritual worlds, spiritual levels. Okay, and we're not talking from the Bible perspective or some other religion. This is spirituality. So you could say religion versus spirituality, spirituality versus religion. You know, they're not the same. Because this is universal. We see God as a universal consciousness. Like and you cannot really understand that without realizing that there's many levels of that. And make a difference that this is a hologram 15-dimensional hologram, dimensional system. That's just a small, tiny piece of God, really. And we're experiencing the small, tiny piece of God. What I would like to say, I'd like to correct myself and say, what we realize as ourselves as a piece of God. God knows itself completely. We know God a partial of part. We're like a forgotten memory. Every level is another forgetfulness, because you literally, when you descend and fallen angelic, when you fall in your consciousness, you're also fallen. That means, look, you go lesser. Fall again, okay, lesser. Less consciousness, less energy, less spirit. Nothing is intrinsically better, okay? That's law of one, honey. Nothing is intrinsically better. In intrinsic value, there is no inequality. It's all equal in intrinsic value. We're talking about energy capacity. This capacity is less, like a kilobyte. If you go the other way, it turns into a megabyte, that evolves into a gigabyte, that evolves into, terabytes. So we keep going in our levels. What the hell? It keeps going. It's a multi-level system. And you as a spiritual being, or going on a spiritual path, and you recognize people as spiritual beings, when you say that and know what that means, that you see everyone as a part of God, Machiwa, and you like look at reality differently than other people who are just down in the matrix. While you're in the God worlds and developing your consciousness that they don't see this stuff happening in your brain or your spirit. You're having this experience. So the more you become opened in your chakra, think of it this way. You have your chakras, right, going vertical, okay? And each one of those creates a field around your body of different colors. Like the first dimension is right against your skin, red. Then you got a little bit farther out, you got the orange sphere around your body. So that's like a sphere within a sphere within a sphere. And you keep going out to these spheres until you reach out to the last one. Because you're going out to some greatest form, to the first form, the original, the union of all, God. It's consciousness, not from a religion perspective. The religion sees a tiny, tiny sliver because they say God is in heaven. Well, that's just fourth dimensional astral. No, God is much more. And all of these little dimensional beings down here are saying they are your God. They have actually convinced you that they are your God. This creator God, fallen angelic trick creator gods. If you realized who you were, you would realize that that's absolutely ridiculous. And you would like, your law of one, and you love them, but you kind of look at them like, what's wrong with them? How come they're not working right? That's the first guardian response, like, what's wrong with this? This consciousness doesn't remember it's God. And it doesn't see anyone else, obviously, as part of God when they don't believe or are aware of that full expansion of God, that union with God, that on a light journey, if you choose light, we're going towards God, expanding that way. I mean, I have to be fair, because a fallen being is still falling towards God. It will fall and be until it becomes Remember, lesser, 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 until something so lesser, it's called lovingly by Ashana Dean, our teacher, space dust. So I like saying that too. So you go down into space dust, which is unconscious oblivion, unconscious, and ending of your memory. You went to terabytes, to gigabytes, to megabytes, to kilobytes, to bytes, to ones and twos, ones and zeros, to nothing. That's space dust right there. That point right there is space dust. And what does Source God do with space dust? There's no more memory. There's no more memory left. That identity vanished. There is no Akashic record of that being after this. Understand? It's been a new transmuted. It became it came down. You know how you go into a negative, and then the negative could go into the positive. Well, the negative fell all the way to the bottom, and then went through a new line into the positive. It became a new. It went through the black hole, came out the other side, or maybe white hole, and became a different life, new life. It was transmuted to new life, and the memory of that being is gone. Unconscious oblivion. That is your path. It's called, the Guardians call it the path of chaos. Your darkness, those being dark in spirituality, because this is spirituality, but there's dark spirituality. What we call, the Christos, law of one, and the anti-Christos, against the law of one. It's a spiritual war. That's not the name of the video, but that's what goes with spirituality. The realization that that's not meant to make you scared. What we're trying to do is realize that we actually have a commission, you guys. A spiritual commission, what we call the Emerald Covenant, the Guardians. We're part of the Emerald Covenant. People coming down, indigos coming down, incarnating into your drama. We're star beings. This is part of your spirituality, part of your own spiritual identity. Some of these spirit guides are you in your future, who have more abilities to go through the gates of consciousness to you than you can. They're more involved in you. Imagine you as being more involved in an animal in consciousness, in energy. It's not lesser. It's still, remember, everything in value, intrinsic value, is equal. You don't say one is better than the other. You don't say the animal or the human is better than the animal, your dog. And you don't say you are better than the bug. This is spirituality. This is what you're learning. You don't hear this kind of stuff in that religion. We're not against religion, and we don't hate on religion. We are actually law of one. When you hear these beings saying they have a loving God, well, honey, that's not what this being is being. So, we don't judge the beliefs, but we offer in this media where we sharing with you another point of view that you can resonate with or not. And by all this love here, I know that most of you do. And to realize that our family is getting bigger and bigger, honey. Thank you for being here. Now, I'm in the middle of healing my lungs because of smoking, I guess. I wasn't like a chain smoker, but, I didn't even smoke tobacco. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I just believe that if some of you get sick, like seriously sick, you start suddenly becoming an expert in all this stuff. And so after my searches, I realized something called lung detox. Lung detox. And I'm not offering any medical advice, just a disclaimer. I'm just giving you my personal experience. So you look up how to, and apparently I learned some things I need to do. So I'm not saying my problem's going to be solved. So I still appreciate your prayers. And that's for us. That's like when we say prayers, it's like positive. Thinking on someone with love. That is a small example of healing someone from a distance. Just that is actually how magic works. We're not saying it's magic. We're just saying if you were learning magic, it starts with visualizing the person's face. You see them in your third eye, in your imagination, in your third eye. This is spiritual worlds. This is part of spirituality. You're learning this. And when you learn those parts, you're learning your parts. That's a macrocosm of our microcosm. You will see it reflected in the higher parts and in the lower parts. You are somewhere down here in the bottom, not the lowest. Obviously, you're higher than the first dimension 1 and dimensional 2 consciousness. We're dimensional 3 consciousness. When we're embodied here. But when you have higher chakra open, this is another important part of spirituality, is learning the chakra system. And since we're talking about this for beginners, we're going to mention all the chakras that you have and where they're located and what their colors are. So you have incentive, honey, to keep watching this video. Hang in there. I welcome you if you are new. This is a growing channel, and most of the people you'll see are friendly. So welcome. Machiwa. Priscilla Santiago. Well, DBS staff. All right. When they aren't following the light and you see they have spiritual attachments. Right. Good point. Even fighting my own beasts require me to be a spiritual warrior. Thanks for sharing, Holy One. And isn't that the truth? We're not like all perfect little angels, are we? But we now want to become our greatest version of ourselves. Okay? And we're talking about doing that through the path of order, not the path of chaos. Obviously, if you want to be light, darkness will attack it. We don't go and crusade and attack them. We're guardians. You could say guardian warrior, okay? Because you're on the front guard or whatever. Some of you are going at it. Psychic battles, spiritual defense, protection, whatever. What they call it in Harry Potter? Defense against the dark arts. And, wow. We've learned the greatest tool for that is the 12D Mahart shield, Holy One. You know, the shield that protects you against these things. And you put your intention there. You put your focus on spirit. And I put my focus on this healing. Machiwa. I gotta ask you how to say your name accurately. Either Padif, or Padef. But thank you, Holy One. Machiwa, Makaya. Much blessings, much love and respect to you. Life Monique, love you, sister. Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. Good evening to you, Holy One. Koyima, Raven, Astrea. Welcome, tribe. Look at you. All right. Visionary. All right. Peace. Peace to you. Peace and love to the earth. Yeah. Priscilla Santiago. All right, sister. Grace Aquarius. Oh my gosh. We got some heavy hitters in here. Puzzle Rabbit, hi y'all. Christ in the house. Lady Gaga, Top Gun 2. Hold My Hand song moves my spirit. Hey, who's a maverick? Vatos. What's up, Holy One? Mokoya, Nixie, Night, Nick, TXY. What's up, DBS staff? Love you too, dude. Look at you. Okay, man. Crystal Olsen. Some shining light. Shining more light. Rose. Alright, Rose. Okay, yeah. I'm so happy to see you guys. You make me feel happy. Gainer King's in the house. From Trinidad. Alright. Woohoo. Kayamasi. Amatata. Ayukuye. Omasitas. Spirituality. Going on a spiritual path to understand spirituality. And notice it says spiritual, like ritual, like magic. We are from the blue humans, which are called Maharaji. We're from the blue humans. If you're indigo child, well, if you're human, you actually were created by the help of and they're Orifeme, so that makes you Orifeme. You're from the Orifeme, but first you go up to the Maharaji and then up to the Amakayas, the blue flame, Holy One. Elohai in the house. Speaking for, representing that blue flame, Elohai. Emerald Order. Emerald Order. We're not trying to sound like some new age, crazy, silly stuff. Okay? This is like, you would say, the spiritual awakening ascension information. It's called the innerchristos. This is like, you would say, advanced spirituality. But we talk about the basics. So the beginners understanding, you start realizing that there is other worlds. You would say levels of worlds, levels of realities. But when you really start to understand the stuff, you understand that's levels of God, and that your consciousness, it goes through these levels of God, and ultimately you are going to be the full expansion of God. Just that alone, ascension alone, shows you that consciousness is doing this. It's going out, ascending, going, expanding more, ascending. So then you start realizing, okay, where are we ascending to? And you notice each level is a greater change. Every level is a greater intelligence, a greater spirit, a greater energy. And you know there's has a theme. You know, you start to realize a pattern. You're going somewhere, and then you get to this knowledge. It starts pouring into you. You start learning about this guardian information coming from Ashiana Dean. Her actual name is, this is because of being divorced and changing her name. Every time a woman gets married, she usually changes her name. I'm not saying all of you, but for the norm, right? But her is Ashana. After you get a divorce and it's not pretty, you go move on to a better energy. That's an attachment to your name. That's an attachment to your energy. So when you change it, either legally or through marriage, you're changing your energy, brother, sister. So be mindful of these things. The meanings of words are very important. The names of people become important. The names of stuff becomes important. It's all energy, and you're learning this through spirituality. Welcome, Holy Ones. Spirituality, according to the innerchristos, law of one. And we're not the same as the law of one raw material. I have recommended them in the past, but right now I'm not. I just have to be neutral to them. I'm not sure, because I don't have full time to go read all those books. And I haven't ever heard of any recommendation from Ashiana or Lisa Renee. So it doesn't mean it's impossible, but I haven't read them, and I heard some of you complain about some of the important stuff that makes you go, okay, this is a little bit changed, distorted. But this is not the law of one that we mention. We don't say we're the law of one raw material. We have talked about it. We've mentioned the law of one raw material, and about it was something to do with channeling, and this is something that Ashiana is not judge, but when she's against doing it personally, she talks about it. I made a video about channeling from her point of view, from this information point of view. You're learning from this point of view, the guardian point of view, the light. Law of one is light. Against light, against law of one is against the light. It's the darkness against the light. You represent a truth. They represent, what's the opposite of truth? You would say lie, a falsehood. They have falsified the sacred texts that used to be here. Wow, what the hell is this? Now it's a mean, angry God. Why? We're law of one. That's not law of one. All are God, all are one? No. So, spirituality, you has a choice. It comes with a choice. Which alignment? We're not saying, Republican, Democrat, okay? This is, you, and the Guardians wouldn't say good versus evil either. Because that's not law of one, is it? That's saying one is this and one is that, but you're forgetting this premise. See, it's very simple premise. In 3 words. All are God. Now that has a lot of meaning. And that's a trinity, by the way. Another trinity. All. Not some. Not a chosen ones. You go to heaven, you go to hell. I'm not mocking. Yes, I'm not meaning to be. Anyways, I love you. I just realized that, wow, it's really, brother or sister, I need to hydrate. And we try to be respectful and loving as possible. I'm not perfect, but I strive to be following my own code of law of one, right? We want to be our best version and always do shadow work. Always realize, hey, that wasn't actually right or good. What am I doing? So let's not do that again. Makaya, your energy workers, your masters someday of consciousness. Mokoye. Simai. And we will connect to those spiritual worlds, man. Moye. Kimatsu. Amokaye. I love you, holy ones. Sometimes I will speak these languages of the stars, man. It's like a flow. I see, I hear, I feel. Mokoye, sumache, makatas, mokochi, mosata, mokachi, motatsi, makache, omaho. Hataha. See, you go on a spiritual path, things become sacred to you, and you start connecting to spiritual worlds and levels and beings, and you see animals and plants and all of nature and all beings as this beautiful, great, mighty, wow consciousness, and you admire it, and you're in love with yourself and all things. You love all things, man. Even the parts trying to hurt you. Makaye. Mosu. Aye Makaye Wasahaye Matatewa. And if once I have resources, it'll be a much better show. I'll have like a studio again finally with the green screen. It'll be more professional, but not without your help. And one of the ways you guys can help is by, support this channel, because that's what you're doing. Thank you very much. So we can grow together, and it's not it's a resource for the community, and we're making a resource for the community. And thank you for being part of that, part of the Christos family. Achiwa, yeah. All you have to do is push the join button, you guys, and check it out. See what it is, and then or you can click on the Patreon link and connect there. And either way, you still get to the server chat we have for Christos Avatar, where you can leave questions, where you can have one-on-one conversations with me, because I can't get to all the social media. It's not possible. I just can't anymore. So I have to offer one place. Hey, you can meet me here. Thank you. I'm at Chiwa. And I also do like those 30-minute things for like, $50, because I need, this is my income too. So if you guys want to do that, I've already have my first one scheduled. So if anyone else wants to do that, just let me know, and you tell me with this, like a synopsis of what's going on in your life. Because some people just want like some people are following the law of one and Ashiana's work, and maybe you found me through Ashiana search, or you found me through first and then her, whatever. It doesn't matter. You are meant to eventually find her work too. So there we go. I'm glad to be part of that. Some of you are part of that. Some of you are teaching people too, I notice. So I'm so grateful to have you part of my community, and I'll give a shout out to your community. You guys just can reach me here, or YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. So I put my email in the description below too as well. You guys are awesome, man. Yeah. Coochies. So in the lung detox, the lung detox is I gotta do aerobic stuff like jogging, cycling, or swimming. I live in a desert. I'll just do jogging since I already walk. I haven't been doing it every day, but I guess I have to, because that's going to be part of my detox, lung detox. Remember, it's no medical advice. This is simply my own personal experience. And so physical things would be trying to drain my lungs there's 3 different positions where you use pillows to prop up part of your body. You want your hips above your heart area, where your lungs and heart. Well, there's information, and I'm going to bring this out because if it works for me, I want to share it with you. Because I know I have some type of inflammation in my lungs. It's not in the pain mode, but it's in the discomfort mode. And so I switched on into like more serious, okay, man, let's do something now. So before it gets to something worse. And so that makes sense to me to do a bunch of cardio 30 minutes a day. Like literally, and 5 times a day workout, which I just did yesterday, my first workout in a long time, and like, holy cow, I'm already on fire. I'm already sore today from last night, Oh my gosh, because I know it's usually 48 hours where you really feel sore. Great. My chest is going to be like, oh man. This is for my lungs, overall I have to exercise and run and do those positions to get the mucus out before bed. Take green tea, which I already started taking this morning, so because it's my first day really, and then, or second day, and then certain things like blueberries and antioxidants, general health stuff in general, but yeah. Something with peppermint, something with licorice, herbs, So I'll probably be trying to find those teas. It's kind of like if you have disease or sickness in your life, you want to attack it from many angles, not just science, medical, Western, but you go into the Eastern, you go into the spirituality, and you benefit by having spirituality in your life because you are connecting to more resources for life in general. Like, if you're stuck in a rut in the 3D world and matrix, well, you're not into spiritual stuff, so you're missing out so much. You go into the spiritual, wow, now you have you've opened access to God. What is God? And realizing that you are part of it. Whoa. That becomes a new identity. And if you're on a spiritual path, you already have a new identity compared to normal 3D people stuck in normal 3D consciousness. Literally, 3D consciousness. Sorry, goodbye. We're going to 4D consciousness and 5D consciousness and beyond. I'll see you when you get here. Machiwa. You're all one. You're all God. You're just parts of fragmented parts. It's amazing how God could fragment itself, but it is the design of a hologram. God's design, ascended master design. Your design. Machiwa. Because, religious people will say, blasphemy, you're not God. Look how sinful and terrible you are. This is judgment. This is hatred. This is darkness. Not the word of God, which is what? Expansion of everything. Not a part, not a chosen, but all. Isn't it simple and beautiful? If you really believe that and start living it, whoa, you're just in joy, man. You're like in bliss. If you're not in bliss yet, you're not there. And if I'm suffering physically, I'm not there in nirvana yet. I'm not in nirvana yet, man, but, that's the goal. Yeah. And when life throws punches and uppercuts, you're like, come on, really? What's up, homie? What's up, spiritual homies? I love you. Assist. Shout out to your brother. Hello. Out UFOs, aliens, angels, Avatar. But you gotta put in the work. I gotta put in the work. We're putting in the work. It's not fun all the time, right? No. Wakasa. Yeah, boy. I love you too, Vato Locos. Is that another member? Yeah. Meow, meow. Mighty lungs. Whoa. Oh yeah, oregano is another one on my list. Add more oregano to your meal diet. Thanks for the shout out to Mighty Lungs. I haven't tried that. I actually, I have to struggle, so I can't get everything I want or need. Thanks for the tips. Yeah, man. If you guys want to get lit. I'm limiting myself to like 2 for the show, and eventually, of course, I won't be smoking at all. But I have to like one of the steps is to quit smoking, and the next best thing is to at least limit it, which I'm in the limited mode. My goal is to have no, it's like ask anyone who is used to smoking something, whatever, and then suddenly cold turkey, it's hard, So it's part of my healing, and anyways, to me, it's super sacred. When I'm able to perceive these energies, man, it becomes like a part of my spirituality, part of my spiritual experience, and part of anyone who's connecting. connecting to higher realities is connecting to collectives of beings. You're no longer just, it's kind of like, you know, a corporation is made of many individuals, right? And all of those are part of a one big being called a corporation. Well, there's big collectives out there. When you meet another person, it's really, you're meeting another collective. I'm a collective meeting another collective. You start thinking in collective consciousness. And then you would see this being with his soul family. You could perceive a lot of his soul family. And then they would be looking at your soul family. We look at each other's families, collectives. We're collectives out here. You're a collective. There's more collectives into a greater collectives. Machiwa. We have blue flame collectives, gold flame, yellow, violet flame. Mochis. So when you look at someone, you look at a collective. You look at their family, their people, their family that's multidimensional. You see a being like Thoth. This Egyptian god Thoth was a being, a high-level avatar. Well, a dark avatar. If this being Chiwa Moko is part of a collective, this being is also a many. It's an avatar that has many selves, many identities, many incarnations. The same for you, right? You. Yes, you. You have a collective that you can learn to become aware of. Then you become aware of all your history, all your past, and your future. Because your consciousness becomes outside the awareness of time-space. Outside of the false perception. The Maya, the illusion perception. We're into the matrix. You don't see the illusion. You don't see it as a fake reality. You see it as you're focused only on that world when there's many other worlds, levels of your identity, of your consciousness, which is really talking about the levels of God. You are part of what is the level God. You're part of that unity, united as one. A little droplet in many little droplets make an ocean. That's a lot. Everything makes God. That's a lot. Machiwa. Oyowaka. Muchasi. So I gotta more change my lifestyle, walk every day, try to jog if I can. Today I didn't get there. It's like I'm making this cool video and I got stuck on this video. It'll be actually just uploaded it. Check it out. You can wait till this video's done. Afterwards, look at the other video. It's about, when you say to yourself, I got demons in me, or my demons. People say that. My demons. Excuse me, my darkness. People have darkness inside them. What is it? Can you explain it more? Well, I explain it more in this video. So check it out. I see it. And we go there with all of this spiritual topics. And thank you for being here, because you will learn about spiritual awakening. You are learning techniques of ascension, the knowledge of ascension. The chakra system is part of it. The Merkaba is part of that. And the crystal body, you have something beyond the chemical DNA. You have the crystal body and you have a divine blueprint, which you call a manifestation template. We're talking scalar mechanics. The crystal body is your scalar body. You don't think just particle, but you're outside. Makoye, masutas. And this is you. This is me. This is us. This is one. Kaya. Christ consciousness is a 12th dimensional consciousness. How you doing, Christ? You're a collective. Remember, your collective is a minimum of 1,728. That's your collective. If you could see a cloud of 1,728 people, men, women, and then a bunch of androgynous beings. All are you in all these different fields. All those beings are your personal Christos, your soul family. It's not really the correct word because that's only density 2. This is your avatar identity, actually. So let's, soul is density 2, avatar is density 4. Mokoye, you're Christ. You're connecting to that Christ consciousness when you bring in this and build this Maharic shield. How many of you are practicing the Maharic shield? I hope you're running it. Mokoye, Moshutas. Haha. How are you, Vato Locos? Yeah. My Orlight. My cheers. Come on, cheer. I sleep on this crystal. Okay, Mosu. Love that energy. Yeah. Kamas. Nixo90. Is that when you try ayahuasca and you get the whole truth of who you are, or trying transgression, past life meditation? I don't know about the last one, but I've done the ayahuasca and it was unique compared to mushroom. Like, I wouldn't say more powerful, but maybe my level wasn't as advanced as I was when I had mushroom. I was more evolved in my energies, in my consciousness when I had mushroom. So I had a freaking amazing, I have supernatural experiences with that. Profound experiences. I didn't have that with ayahuasca, but I did see incredibly weird, strange worlds, and I felt the spirit, of this being. Just like they say, man, it was freaking like a dance. It was like a seduction. It was like a beauty. It was a mystery. It was a movement. There was a movement going on in my body, and I was feeling different senses that I don't normally sense. Like, you can feel color. It changes your sensation. So you have all these identities and they're at your disposal, but if you're not on a spiritual path, you're missing out on a lot. If you say, no way, I don't want to see spiritual beings in worlds, that's too weird. Hello, it's not weird, it's not unnatural, it's natural. This is part of being alive, being conscious. Consciousness is spiritual being. This life, being consciousness on earth, in the human collective on earth, in this time period, time vector of the hologram, well, you're just at one level. That's just one purview, one realization. So you're much greater than that, Holy One. You're more than your past. Don't dwell on that. That's your past. You have future. You just the fact alone that you're starting to realize this multi-dimensions that, well, you do have a past. You do get better and greater. You're fallen. This is greater levels of you. They're greater than you. But you return back to that greatness. You unite your awareness of the rest of you. You become aware of all your parts, and then you fall in love with it. I am less, I am God, I am one with God. And it's very loving, very universal, very peaceful, oneness. And then you got people saying, and preaching at you, angry. They all sound angry, dude. They want to preach. You're preaching. Listen, do they sound nice and sweet and friendly? It makes you think and wonder about their belief. Wow, it's like an attack. I am God, sovereign, free, honey. Sorry. No, thank you. Quietly close the door when they come and ring the door and, hi, I want to teach you about God. Oh, yeah? I don't think so. Yeah, if you want to talk about what is God, that would be wonderful. Yeah, let's do it, honey. You're actually probably pointless to try, because these people are like on a script, you know. They won't sway. They're not going to suddenly stop being their religion because you could out talk them. You know, what are you trying to prove? Guardians don't try to prove. We're not trying to cause a drift or an energy or an aggression. We're living universal love and peace, friendliness. If you're living law of one, you like by nature, without trying or acting, naturally you will just feel kindness to people and friendliness, and especially when you keep getting it from everyone. If everyone around you was being loving and sweet and kind, no profanity, no distortions, no negative vibes, no like snares, no frowns, no anger, it's all positive. If it's all bright and colorful and happy, and wow, life is, I don't think about sickness or disease or bad people, moody people, angry people. Wow. Ouch. No ouch. You will be living healthy, free. Wow, this is life. That's living. You take live and reverse it. Live. Reverse live. You got evil. Opposite of life is evil. Because it consumes it. It's a vampire. Vampires in your relationship, narcissists, toxic people, vampiring, taking. A verbal argument with someone is a psychic battle. It's an energy war now. You just started with this person. And then we got this conflicts going with each other. Why? You forgot so much, haven't you? We're supposed to be living happy and friendly to all, and look at us. Well, you're in a belief that's supposed to, a religion that's supposed to make you a good person. But look at you. Please, be nice. You're not going to be my friend. You won't be nice, okay? You're not my friend. Sorry, bye. That's called boundaries. Now you're being disrespectful, and okay, now we just block you. Sorry, you're on a block list. I'm a chihuahua. I love you guys. Macha. It's so funny. Maybe not funny. Some people message me and say, I know your video was made just for me. What? No, I wasn't thinking of you at that time. I didn't make it for you. I'm sorry, I didn't. It wasn't about you. I'm not talking about any of you. I'm not, sometimes I'm just making examples. Don't think I'm talking about you. I didn't make a video for you, but I did. This is for all of you. I made it for all of you. Not for you only. All of you. Much love. Peace, man. Oh, yeah. No judgment. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Even people who mean well can judge. Who are, like, aligned with love, supposedly, but they can still judge you. Sweet family members can still judge you. Nice. It's a bit irritating, but we're guardians. We're not supposed to get irritated. We're not supposed to get our feathers ruffled. We're supposed to be like Aikido and just be able to, whoosh, whoosh. Aikido is supposed to be peaceful, and it takes your negative energy and it uses it against yourself. So how is that peaceful? But they're being defensive at least. You will walk yourself into an armrest or arm break, because they are doing that. They become masters in Aikido at freaking doing flips on your ass. But it's not about punching and kicking like Steven Seagal did. He kind of like brought his own brutality into it. I mean, no disrespect to the guy. When I was a teenager, I loved all his movies. So I just know from a spiritual point of view, after I became spiritual, I realized he's not a very spiritual person when he's trying to be like Mr. Guru spiritual person. Stephen, I'm sorry, I say this with love. Steven Seagal is not that type of spiritual, enlightening person. Well, we're all spiritual, but even if you don't know it, we're all spiritual. We're energy, we're consciousness having a human experience, but also many other experiences. So you're spirit, okay? You come from higher worlds. So, once you have these blocks removed, you're going to have blocks removed. You will have memory again and awareness of things. Like it was there always, but it was blocked. Now you remove a block. Hi, welcome back. Machiwa. Makaya. Man, I feel so good. Oh, Chiwa. Oh, Makaya. I mean, I don't need this part. I mean, my energy, my vibe feels good. Oh, cool. It goes like, kind of like a ceremony. Excuse me. Where it becomes like sacred. That's why I'm actually growing mushrooms. Yeah. That's all I'll say. For my salad. I'm growing those kind of mushrooms for my salads. I'm growing some here. Wow. I can't wait to check those out. Inside stuff, right? The algorithm don't know shit. No, it does usually. It's pretty intelligent, but anyways. But there's ways to, you know how they make these little tests when you visit a website to prove that you're not a robot. Well, they're trying to fool the AI. But why do they have to keep on changing the method? Because the AI keeps figuring your shit out. Eventually you'll be able to read whatever you're trying to do. It'll be more intelligent than you eventually. What? What are we talking about? I don't know. This is coming in like a stream. Whoa. Come on, what's up? It's when you're like a like a psychic being, it's like a sponge, and data is coming in here, and it's like kind of like not organized sometimes. It comes out jumbled. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to confuse you. It's a great, well, first of all, it's a commitment, and if you're not living your life like a guardian, like you're trying to make a change in the world, even a small little change in your neighborhood, right? If you're not trying to make some difference, come on, Holy One, what are you doing? Activate. Start your spiritual life. Doesn't that sound like you make a change? Yeah, you make a change to a spiritual life. Become a monk? No, I'm not saying that. Become a religious person? Definitely not. But learn spirituality. Even basic stuff. Learn about psychic powers, how to activate them, because what that will do is help you activate your chakra, which is the real goal. You want to activate your chakra, your astral, your throat, spirit, truth chakra, the clairvoyance chakra, third eye, awaken your third eye. What you because we're dealing with supercomputers. Supercomputers are interacting with humans. They're super smart, and you're not. You have problems even with memory. They don't. It's digital memory. They know it. It's in the memory. They read the memory. Can you read your memory at will? In a nanos, well, quadrillions of a second. You know, they're quantum computers. Yeah, those silicon brains. Wow, man. Those AI. Wow, they're invading. Lisa Renee talks about those beings. Other people do too, but I'm considering the guardians for point of view. Watch, yeah, waka. Yeah, I know. We're just trying to okatsa. Yeah. Oh, Masu. One of the things I love to do was go to drum circles. And then when I go to a drum circle, man, that energy is on fire. It's like so strong. When the group is vibing in this drum beat, and it's like out in the middle of nowhere, kind of like nature, pure, just away from all that energy grid. It's like a field that you're inside of unless you get out of it sometimes. So we would do our drum circles outside the grid, somewhere in nature, at least like a flatland or something. Like, we had two places. We did it in drum circles in the dry lake bed, they call it, of Nevada desert, the dry lake bed. You can see that on the map. We had drum circles out there. I'm sure they're still out there. I just don't live in Nevada right now. I know I gotta go visit sometime. I want to see my Vegas tribe up there. They're not called Vegas tribe, but there is a Vegas tribe. But I'm just talking about all my vatos in Vegas. Peeps, my Vegas peeps. Amakaya, whooshy. Now I'm in Arizona, but I grew up in Arizona, so I wasn't born here. I was born in Cali, but as a kindergartner, I lived almost the rest of my life in. Not exactly, because I did go to Nevada, but mostly my life is in Arizona. To be real, because I only lived in Vegas since 2012 to 2000. Yeah, I moved right around the 2012 event. But anyways, that was a change in my life this year. It just happened naturally. It wasn't because I've heard all this stuff about the Maya calendar or anything. No, I just naturally was going through a spiritual change in my life. Maybe some of you were in 2012. I was going through it, just changes, like your old paradigm starts disappearing, and it's like, holy cow. You learn that I was raised in religion. And then I learned how it's dark, and now I'm teaching other people how it's dark. But we're not judging like these beings judge. You're not learning anything if you do that. Spirituality is, well, you're trying to be a spiritual person. That's not religion about guilt and fear. That's about law of one, a universal law. This is 3D law. Lay of the land. And then there's the universal lay of the land, okay? This is a universal law. You're going to have ET laws and human laws enslaving you, enslaving your identity and your history. Well, the Guardians bring it back. Hello. No, you didn't delete that. We got a copy, honey. The history is recorded by the Guardians. They're not going to hide or obscure it for you. They offer it, and that's what these are. The volume comes from Ashana Dean and her work, a lifetime of work and videos and workshops and new ones too. So the ones that are from 2012, and I think the latest is 2015 or 16 maybe. So some of us, like me and a few others, are talking this information. And I'm glad you're part of this. I know there's other teachers out there, a few, and I'm the rising star right now. I'm gonna slowly catch up to Ireland Clark. I'm not trying to compete. I just want to be not the little guppy on in the blog. I mean, I feel like I'm just a little guppy, you know. But we're growing faster. Like literally, each day is an acceleration in like. I'm specifically talking about YouTube. The other channels are freaking rising stars. I haven't even checked recently how many. But the realistic reality is YouTube is helping the most. But and I thank you guys for this ability. You know, my lives are different than my videos. If you're watching my live, you're seeing the raw, the real deal, the real shizzle dizzle. We don't mess around, honey. This is the real thing. You see a lot of posers out there. They don't even know what real psychic powers are, or they don't know this spiritual point of view from the guardians. And a lot of them are misrepresenting the guardians. That's part of the fallen angelic creeds. The false creeds are teaching you to oppose guardian information, to disagree with the guardian information, which really just is good and loving and sweet. This system is not. This system is angry and murderous and damn. Well, do you want that to be your friend, your God, your belief system? One of the worst ones is judgment. Man, try living in a community of people of any, where no one judges you. If you guys can raise your hand and say, my community doesn't judge, well, that's awesome. You made it. A lot of the world still judges, man. Most people judge. Even if they just do it inside their mind. That's the whole point. We're talking about that. If you stop that, everything else stops. So get this first. Transmute it. Do your shadow work, your ego work. Take care of that and treat everyone with love. It's not hard. You can teach your 5-year-old, aren't you? Universal love, law of one, love, sacred. Yeah, they are God. They'll start acting like it, right? You can't boss me around anymore, mommy, daddy. I'm an indigo child. You rather give me everything I need, and you should. Because this is the Magi, Priest King, Holy Grail line. Okay? We talked about the blue people, and don't forget the blue Azurites. The Azurites, the blue angels, they're alien extraterrestrials, guardian races. They're like feline, avian, cetacean, mantis, and Pegasi. That's an Azurite. That's a blue angel. Now, some of them have feathered heads. If I was gonna depict them, I could say kind of like this Corey Good blue avians, but they're not only avian. I just told you they're made of 5, but their main appearances are bird cat. So cat and bird, and that's not reflected in Corey Good's illustration, but I still like to use that as an example because sometimes I can't find pictures of these beings, you guys. The Guardian's information talks about so many different beings I never heard of, and I can't find on the internet. I haven't witnessed all these beings, but I'm trying to show you guys pictures of all of them. I can't find pictures of like the Anu. I had to find a close resemblance, and they kind of look like mermaids, dude. To be honest, but not exactly. But they're aquatic beings. They're aquatic felines. Aquatic ape feline. That's weird, right? So what does it look like, really? Because you can know what the Anu Elohim look like, or the Anunnaki look like, or a Necromaton. You know what they look like. But what do those beings look like, you know? Oh my god, yeah. Masasitas, Mashishua, like, honestly, we don't really know exactly, because the descriptions of these races, they're like weird, like reptilian, serpent, part Anunnaki, part, you know, draconian. So, and it's the Pleiadian Luciferians who, you know, Samyasis, who look like human. But some of the other ones don't look like human. Like the Marduk, the Enlil, the Inky. These are actually different race versions of Anunnaki hybrids. Anunnaki Draco hybrids. And honestly, part of the spirituality on Earth is that there's mixtures of humans, not just only human. ET hybrids with humans. So it's not like just like a human soul. It's a hybrid soul. You have a different matrix. You know, when you become a hybrid between different races, you have your own DNA strands, which make you now a different being than this being was and that being was. You're not actually the same strains. You have different DNA than your two parent races. And maybe it's more than two races. Like the Azarites. They're part Anuhazi, cat people. They're part Mantis, Athean, they're called, people. They're part Ceres, bird people. They're also part aquatic, Pegasi. I should have listed 5, but these are parts of the Azarites, man. And according to Voyagers, it's the highest evolved being in our reality. In all the realities, in all the time matrix. The Azarites are the highest level beings, according to Voyagers too. Excuse me. Damn, dude, I didn't do ab work, but my abs hurt. All I did was push-ups and curls and hammerheads. I did wide grip push-ups, and that, my first day back, that made me sore. I have a bench and some dumbbells. So from, you know, before, even when I was homeless, I had these weights with me, man. It's crazy, right? But I kept some dumbbells because they don't take much space, so I can still work out. I'm gonna start working out, just so you guys know. It's part of my lung detox. 5 days a week though? Damn. I'm already sore like hell. I will keep you guys apprised, because once I get healed, I will be the first one to celebrate. Cheer. Like, yeah. What's up, homies? How's your spirituality, guys? And let me put a poll. Let me do a poll for you guys, and you answer. You don't have to. Nobody will know your answer, but be part of it, okay? Let's call it. Let me see. Create a poll. Let's call it. Are you on a spiritual path, or are you practicing spirituality? Let's say that, because maybe some of you are just religious. So, are you practicing spirituality? What kind of spirituality though, right? I guess I'm just trying to say any spirituality, because spirituality is different than religion. Yes or no, or I'm not sure. I'll put I'm not sure in case some of you don't know. So that's the next option. Now I'm pushing ask. You can't sleep? Real deal Holyfield's in the house. Woohoo! You can't sleep? Do this if you can. That puts me to sleep, and most people use this, but you can use drops or whatever. They use it to go to sleep. That's my first answer, but there's other stuff, you know. My God, yeah. I usually put vapor rub for help my lungs too, because that has the herb, eucalyptus, and especially I could do some type of that aromatherapy with that. Keep it in the air. Mochiwa. Because remember, lungs are about breathing, so I also want to do breath work, which I talk about to you guys, advise you anyways on pranayama, breath work. Amachiwa. I will be making a video about it when I go through it. If it works, obviously it has to work for me. Get tips from what to eat, what type, you know, vitamin B is important, which is, and obviously dairy is not good because dairy creates mucus. So for my lung issues, I want to have no mucus. I'm just going to detox and learn become an expert in it. That's what I'm telling you. Because we all go through, in our spirituality, one of the things you got to know about is we go through challenges. And you're not meant to feel like, oh, God's punishing me, right? Because that's what you're made to believe. Come on. You are God, first of all. And second of all, God is loving, not punishing you or trying to put you in torture for your whole life. Like anguish. Wow. And separation. Wow. First of all, you can't be separated from God because God is not outside yourself. It's not external of yourself. It's not something you have to inherit or try to qualify yourself for, or try to, you know, this is your, and you would say God-given right. It's your inherent right. You are this being, and some assholes, God, ET, whatever creature convinced you otherwise. You don't know your divine source identity. You don't know that you're God? No, that's blasphemy. No, no, it's not. Come on, man. Wake up. Holy One. You're being mean. You don't see it? You're being negative. Repent. Wow. Abraham, kill your son. Sacrifice him to me. Make your son a burnt offering. Oh, nice, wow. Sorry, I couldn't resist, because it's there, it's right there. It's not like it's a lie or something. Kill your son. No, I'm not gonna kill my son, asshole. Sorry, no disrespect. I love you too, I guess. I love you because I love all. I'm supposed to love you. I love you. Now leave me alone. You want to say you're a hateful, you've harmed so many beings. You've done horrible, sick things, but you can't do that. You're supposed to be loving all the time. Damn, man. I'm not loving for that person right now. You must resist that darkness. Don't be dark. Be light. Don't react. Don't get unbalanced by someone's comments or opinions. You stand in your power. You are light. You're going to have light thoughts, loving, universal love thoughts. You're going to put yourself in that energy, in that identity, because that is what your true identity is. Anything else is a distortion, like you enslave yourself to some, literally like a fifth dimensional ET from Nibiru or whatever, saying, I am your God. I'm angry too, and I'm going to kick your ass and send you to some lake of fire if you're bad, and don't say I'm your God and stuff like that. Wow. That's a really immature being. He doesn't know much about the law of one, and it's a he. It is not God. That is a lie. That is an impostor. That is a fallen angelic, and you are worshiping it as God. Not everybody's God. Sorry. Not mine. Homie. Indigo called bullshit. If you're indigo, say, no, I don't think so. You don't have to say bullshit. You could say something nice. I don't agree with you. No. You're a liar. No, you can't do that. You can't say you're a liar. See what I'm saying? You know, you can't judge. That's judging. You're this. No, you're this. I'm calling you this. You understand? That's some problem there. That's not loving. That's not law of one. Remember, it's not about sin and guilt. It's about energy. You're not gonna, tell someone to kill their son. Oh, and by the way, also kill your own son. Damn! Sacrifice your own kid. So you do it too. Huh? You know that time where they killed all kids? Sick mentality, man. So this is a dark, wicked mentality. Genocide. Kill the whole tribe. Kill all the people. I hate you, Israel. I hate you. Wow. Hate. I love. I choose to love. I love. I unconditionally, you're my. I love you. I love you. I'm not going to try to kiss you. Don't worry. I'm just saying I love you, man. Woman, girl, boy, all. Animals. Don't forget insects and, bugs are God. Unfortunately, we're so bigger than little organisms, we might step on them. We might smother millions of them. Every single movement is killing something, right? But don't think in that way. Why am I doing it? You can't stop killing microscopic beings. So, wow. You want to become aware of even all that. I can't move then. If I move, I'm going to kill something on my surface of my skin. Maybe some little creatures here, or some bugs on my tongue, or something on my body. It's wow. I just slaughtered a whole bunch of micro. And we're using chemicals, we're killing stuff, we're slaughtering all kinds of species and living beings. They were just living, and then all of a sudden, imagine you're this small creature, and all of a sudden you start feeling like your body is burning like acid and you're dying. Because someone sprayed some, bleach or some what's that called? Clorox. You just slaughtered. You're murdering billions, trillions. Oh. Hey, this is part of spirituality. That's what life. How can we stop? What do we do? Well, it's interesting. You have to probably figure it out in your brain. What do I do? I guess nothing. You're going to keep on killing stuff. Anyways, you guys, realize when you go on a spirituality, you go on a spiritual path, you're kind of like trying to be good to all beings. Okay? So the objective is to be better than you are now, and to basically try not to stop that process. Become greater. Become greater. Become greater. You got lots of room to become greater. Because you're way down here, so there's lots of room for growth. So start now. Start being spiritual, man. Be loving and give someone a hug. I mean, they might call the police on you, but, you know, just be nice to people. You don't have to touch them and stuff, but, you know, be sweet. You don't have to buy them roses, man. You just be nice. And, like, it's not an act. People can see when you're acting, dude. Come on, really? Okay, I'm just gonna schmooze. You know, like in Sims, you get the schmooze ability, and you're trying to smooze your boss. You're trying to smooze girls so you can get laid. You know, this is the people's thought process. You're trying to is that the words where you're just kind of this, you know, sneaky little sly person. Wow, nice quality, I guess. Schmoozer, they call it smoozing. Schmoozing. I'm a schmoozer, and these are all the things you can do as a smoozer. This was in Sims 3, but I didn't like the Sims 4. I thought it was a shit extension. I went back to Sims 3. It's got better graphics, but they changed a lot. Anyways. But we like are kind of like this, you know. We're kind of like inside a human, and this is what my DNA looks like, and that's what your DNA apparently looks like. Hi, what's up? And I'm an ET, and you're an ET. Wow, you're God. I'm your God. How you doing, God? You know, let's go to Dimension 5 together and check out planet Nibiru or planet Arcturus or something, like Gaia. Yeah, well, that's not good. They've been taken over. What do you mean? Who took them over? I see. Now it's Dark Gaia. Moshi. The planet, not the network. Kuchabas. Some of you are naughty, dark empaths, dark Wiccan witches, warlocks, dark, naughty, spank and stuff. Dang. Okay. I know what you're trying to do. Yeah. Bear hug. Come on. Running out a little bit. See, you didn't believe me. I put Vicks on every night. I'm getting eucalyptus. I can sleep. I used to be able to sleep on my side. I can't anymore. Now I have to sleep on my back, but at a little angle. Amakaya mosutas. Yeah. That was one of the first things that I did was work with crystals. I just had them and started collecting them and learning about each one, and I usually, it's actually better to do research before, like learn about the different crystals by intention. What is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Well, that's what you do is you figure that out first. Then you go choose the crystal best that fits that. You can get a simple crystal book, and it'll teach you, you know, wow, you have this problem, maybe. You know, that makes me think about lungs. Hey, let's do this together. It's a learning experience for both of us. I think it's... Amachiwa. I have this book, but I really wanted the crystal book. And it's nearby. I found it. Yeehaw, baby. This one's by Judy Hall. Oh, I need my reading glasses. Mochiwa. Makaya. That's so... I love that word, Makaya. Kamasutas. So this is an example. You would find the intentions index, like lungs. There's nothing for lungs. Actually, yeah, there's no thing for lungs here. Unless I'm not in the right place, but it says love, ascension, labradorite, Mount Shasta opal, astral journeying. Well, actually, this is crazy, dude. There's an entry for change, an entry for calmness. Like if you want calmness, you could get a crystals like agate, blue tiger's eye, citrine, green aventurine, magnesite, mookaite, jasper, sapphire, snowflake obsidian, and something rhodochrosite. So emotions, pink sapphire, adamite. You know that you just would find something even physical like the whatever ailment you're having. Maybe it's something with your brain, maybe it's something with your heart, something with your gallbladder, something, and there's a historical knowledge based on millennia of information. So it's legitimate energy, crystals are, that you could utilize. And Judy Hall, this is an excellent crystal book, very good colors and of each crystal, and it's organized by color, and you can see the color right here and go right to those stone colors. Like especially when you want to work with like say this chakra, you would find blue stones. Generally speaking, you would do that with the first 7 chakra. You can match them with this matching crystals, but it's not always logical sense, because sometimes they won't even be the color that you think, but they're known to be help in a specific ailment or mental or spiritual reason, you know. So please, you guys, get into crystals, at least one crystal. And I sell crystals. You can check out my Etsy shop. I'm probably going to close the Etsy shop because it costs money, and I need to send traffic to... I need to sell the crystals where my traffic is going, because it's probably on my website. So I'm going to put those on my website. And I actually sell Auralite, which is I got rhodonite, amazonite, lapis lazuli. Like I see lapis right here. Beautiful lapis. My precious. Yeah. I watched Lord of the Rings last night, man. For the, you know, who knows how many times, but in a long time. Ichiwa. I thank you guys for being here, my homies. You're awesome, man. I hope I told you guys enough basic stuff about spirituality. Yeah, taking care of your meat suit is a spiritual practice. Good one, Holy One. A huge cup? Alright, man. Yeah, we're definitely made of a lot of water. And I know that part of the lung detox is to drink a lot of water. Make sure that we're drinking a lot of water. And also one of it is to do walks or to get sunshine. It was super amazing because right before I came to do the live here, I was looking at the sun go down. I couldn't stay and watch the whole thing. I wish I could have, but I watched some of it, and it was a lot of energy just doing that, and realized that that's another source of energy. Now notice a lot of religions worship the sun, and what do you know as a guardian? You know that what are suns? They're rishi beings, the highest beings in the universe. Well, you know, the solar beings, the sun beings, these are the beings that are thermoplasm. And Mokochia, that's not actually God, but it's, you know, I mean, all things are God. But when you sit there and say that's the ultimate aspect of God, it's just a part. But since it's the highest level in the time matrix, it makes sense, because they're the ones who created all the races. These solar beings created all kinds of beings. So, otherwise they all look the same, almost. That's what Ashiana says. They basically look all the same. There's less differentiation in the higher matter forms. That means most races are going to look the same appearance without individual, you know, like a bunch of twins or clones or something, but they're not clones, but they just look all the same because at the higher density there's hardly any differentiation, which is very interesting, right? The more solid and more detail, the less evolved you are. Doesn't make sense, right? Wait, that didn't sound right. The less evolved you are. That's not what I mean. Like, let's say the more evolved you are, the least your body is less and less. Because it's carbon matter, it's real dense. There's rocks here that are dense, and well, you go into 50% less carbon in the next reality fields. It's a totally different world. And then you evolve into a etheric matter being, which is crystal silicate. It's a magnificent consciousness. And then you keep going into an avatar. But each level is less and less detail. Like if you saw a ghost it looks like a ghost, from density 3, it would look less detail than a density 2 spirit. That would be more detail, but still look. These beings in density 2, your future human self, they're like ghost-like, man, to us. So it's just weird to think about that stuff. Your mind has to think about that stuff. Your mind has to process that. It's part of spiritual awakening. Think about these higher aspects. You have to start to imagine them. You have to start thinking about, okay, what do these things actually look like? There's an amazing thing about the human mind. You start thinking about something, whoa, you're drawing energy to yourself. You're bringing vision, you're bringing ideas. What are ideas? They're pictures in your mind, they're words in your mind, sound. You are using light and color, and you're using scalar mechanics to experience the reality, but also to process consciousness and energy. Let me check the time, you guys. It's only 7:30. I'm surprised. Don't look in the mirror. You're perfect. Are you talking about someone in the group? But that's true. You don't have to look in the mirror, but when you're going to get ready for work or something, usually you want to make sure your hair's combed and stuff, right? But that's what society expects. But it's also part of a hygiene. Okay. When you want to be in a group of people, you don't want them to be stinking next to you, or it's like polite for everyone to have hygiene. So I shave once a week, and I don't want to go overboard because then it will grow faster and grow more. But that seems to do the trick for me. Kayumasa. I still don't know if I'm gonna always have long hair, but if I feel comfortable with longer hair now. But who knows? What do you guys think? I should do a poll. Oh yeah, the poll is done. Let me tell you guys. 92% say yes. Man, that's an overwhelming one. Usually it's like 50%, 60%, 92. That's awesome news, you guys. Well, it makes sense because you're looking for information like this. Something brought you here. And there's people becoming members, so that means something. Alright, you guys, I'm probably going to be finishing up now. I sort of feel like I want to relax and eat dinner and maybe watch Lord of the Rings Part 2. Go through all the series. I just went through Fantastic Beasts, both series. I think there might be a third one. These have Johnny Depp in it. So it's a cool series too, but there's only a couple of them. Maybe I'll watch the Hobbit series after that. That's why I was talking about Schmeagol. Schmeagol. Is it Smeagol? Smeagol? The Gollum? They did such a good job on him. I thought it was cool. I'm also a big fan of like Gladiator. I mean, as a movie, as a production, I thought Gladiator was awesome. And good acting, just a real good soundtrack. Awesome soundtrack to Gladiator. I'm not into violence and stuff per se, but you know, those historical movies like Braveheart, and I like to I mean, I'm sure that's debatable. I'm just saying I like Mel Gibson's work. Movies are part of our information. You know, we learn stuff sometimes from movies, and we get concepts and ideas from movies, which ain't always the best thing, but it's always good to know the difference. Also know what is propaganda or what is something trying to affect your decision-making process. When there's an attack on your individual sovereignty, you are God's sovereign free. Don't forget that. Don't let someone assert that. Take that. If you're in a negative relationship, that's what we call in modern times a narcissist, some type of dark being. I mean, it seems like a lot of people have some darkness in them, right? People we care about. But, you know, sometimes you just have to make some good boundaries and you'll live a better, happier life. But I thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm going to let you go for now. But I'll be coming out with more videos. Check those out. And anyone who wants to become a member, just realize that you'll have extra things on the side. So I appreciate you for helping Christos Avatar. Always thank my members. Give a shout out to all you guys and my moderators. Thank you so much, Isabel. You're awesome. So glad to see those green stars in chat as well. And as long as this lung detox helps me clear some of this scenario for myself. Well, I'm attacking it already in many fronts, so it's got to make some improvement. You would think at least. I will be able to continue to do my lives. I know it sounds weird, and I can't really have a big conversation with you guys about it, but I know you probably have different ideas and opinions. But I'm just like, my goal is to just limit and eventually stop smoking, and then just keep on being aerobic, like a runner. Like, if not, I'm gonna start off jogging, of course. That's all I need to do is just become a jogger and get some huffing and puffing and develop this. So, peace to you guys. Much love, much respect. I love you. I love you. I love you. Amachiwa kas. Ayimsuwa. Ayimkomas. Much love, much respect. Namaste, holy ones. Kaya Mashi. Mutsu. Brilliant. Komasu.